The question of who is Mr. T can be answered with a single anti-drug ad from the 1980s, ranting about the evils of illegal substances in a diner, so mad that he crushes his glass of milk. T eventually bundles the camera to the floor in rage, but ends on a lovely smile. It's a 30-second distillation of Mr. T's character, his brand. Tough and brash, but a heart as big as his muscles. One of my most vivid childhood memories is walking to the shops with my gran and finding an unpeeled sticker on the pavement. Mr. T's scowling face on a plain blue background. 6-year-old me convinced myself it was a backstage ticket for the A-Team set, or maybe even membership to the team itself. It wasn't, but still, when Mr. T spoke, I listened.
Hello, Mr. T here, and today I'm talking school, getting an education. You just gotta have it, kids, so study hard, listen to the teachers, and learn something new every day. You'll be a better person. And remember, do the best you can every day.
Mr. T, the delicious, crispy sweet corn and oat cereal.
And for a whole generation of boys like me, he wielded tremendous influence. In 1984, he'd channel this into a motivational VHS. Be somebody, or be somebody's fool. We're dropped straight into the theme song, performed by the man himself.
Now everybody's got their time to play, but I'll pity the fool when there comes a day when he finds out his only guarantee is to make sure that he will be somebody.
Mr. T's vocal style is very Rex Harrison in My Fair Lady, understanding his own limitations and talking the lyrics, or rather, shouting.
If anybody tries to call you square, you just look them in the eye, tell them you don't care. If you don't want to be a crazy fool, you better study real hard and stay in school. That's right. You heard me? I ain't playing.
He's certainly not. Despite the teddy bear nature, from a man so big and gruff, everything's quite threatening. Like if you don't be somebody, you're in for an arse whooping.
Now everybody knows Mr. T don't lie, and it ain't no fun just scraping by. So if you wanna be cool, just like me, you better try real hard to be somebody.
I come from Jamaica, my name is John Bonnet. When I do my thing, the crowd go bananas.
Be somebody.
Hey, you with the teeth, come here.
Hello. Is it me you're looking for?
That's better. Now I can see you. You know me? Of course you do. That's because I'm famous.
I tried that in Tesco the other day, but apparently the cachet of blogging's bad boy isn't enough for a discount.
See, you don't have to be famous to get respect. You just have to be somebody. And that's what I'm here for, to help you be somebody. Because if you're not somebody, then you're gonna be somebody's fool.
The video's broken down into various sections, each tackling an important aspect of life.
Frustration, anger, styling, recouping, creating, daydreaming.
Some of these are miniature plays with a quick message.
Shyness.
Are you shy?
Would you please speak up?
No! You don't have to be shy. Everybody deserves to be heard. So speak up for yourself. Thank you. And thank you.
While others see T sharing his wisdom with a bunch of kids, as later parodied by Key and Peele.
I was born in Chicago, and these boots I wear are the same boots my father used to wear. and they remind me of home. Just like all these trees here. There are many different kinds, and they all live together in harmony. So can we.
We all make mistakes. It's up to us to get it straight.
With all of the singing, the vocal style is very of its time.
In such a state it's a beater, hurting each other. The clock is ticking away. The world is hungry and some of us don't see.
Incidentally, there are loads of future stars here. This is Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas, while these two are Martika of Toy Soldiers fame, and Shyness, who did I Love Your Smile.
We need help from above, so we all learn how to love. Well.
But like many of these positivity videos, there's a cult-like feel, and the stage school kids give off huge, embarrassing teenage years in the church youth group energy.
Just love, reach out and love.
As a result, the thing it's most like is Bible Man.
To lead us to Jesus Christ. Bible vision. It will show you the way. Bible vision. Don't let your heart stray.
Some sections allow Mr. T to stretch his comedic muscles, like a recurring skit about frustration. Or demonstrating anger, battling with a wasp at a picnic.
Be somebody.
Be who? Charlie Chaplin? These motivational prods pop up every few minutes, like a snooze alarm reminding you, as yet, you're nobody.
Be somebody! Be somebody. Be somebody.
Be somebody.
I don't like people telling me what to do. Maybe I don't want to be somebody.
Be somebody. Be somebody. Be somebody. Be somebody.
All right.
Be somebody. Be somebody. Be somebody.
Ask me who I am at the end of this. Go on.
Nobody. I'm nobody.
A section on individuality has Mr. T commentating over an exceedingly 80s fashion show.
Here's Zena and Zena from San Bernardino, our subway sweetheart taking the A train to fashion in this graffiti-inspired creation with her mustard socks and her ketchup sash. She's a real hot dog.
Now shake that thing, Jeff.
The city's experiencing some of the warmest temperatures that we've seen in the world.
Jeff, who's the hippest cat in town. Ain't no doubt when Jeff's around. Athena, with her English bowler hat and Japanese kimono. Perfect for stopping traffic and starting. Who knows what? B for braking, and boy, do that look tough. Steer every breeze, Janine. It's getting hot in here.
One thing we've all struggled with, whether it's being offered cocaine in the toilet of a nightclub, where I have definitely been, or your family demanding you start using deodorant, is peer pressure. I don't know if it's meant as a deliberate pun to shoot this on an actual peer. Our story plays out with a boy finding some unopened beers in a bin, which has literally never happened. Soundtracked by guest R&B group New Edition, of whom a young Bobby Brown was a member. But one smart little Puritan ain't nobody's fool. 2 tiny cans of beer? They're gonna get alcohol poisoning. And ciggies too? Hello? Is that the police? Forget about lung cancer. What they really need a warning for on these packets is burning yourself. Steady, Oliver Reed. If you want to stop kids from smoking, don't make it look so cool, so forbidden. This is shot like a Snoop Dogg video. And there's advice on other issues which may affect both children and just out of our teens youngsters like myself.
Oh, hi there. I'm Dr. T. Have you ever been embarrassed, ashamed, or exposed? I mean, done something so absolutely ludicrous that you wish you could have moved to a deserted island?
So what?
So absolutely ludicrous.
Specifically what he means is falling over in the street.
Now, how can that little brother recoup?
That kid's finished. There's no coming back from that.
So the next time you find yourself in an absolute ludicrous situation,
break dance out of it. Got it. Speaking of,
creating is a way of making your mark. Some people paint, others make music.
Others make videos about Noel Edmonds, but some express themselves through body moving. A bunch of the internet's favourite GIFs originated in this video, and witnessing them in their original habitat is like bumping into the Mona Lisa out on a stroll.
Hey, look at that!
Anyone seen my CV? I'm late for a job interview. Oi! But in the philosophy of Mr. T, there's a big one. The central commandment. T's love for his mother is legendary, having once hijacked the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony to talk about his mum for 22 minutes. Saying the word mother 71 times to an audience of enormous and confused men, until being physically removed from the stage.
The first month when I was in there and the waistline got out of shape 1 inch, the universe piled up 1 credit on her behalf.
Well, you're so ugly, your ears stick out to get away from your face.
Well, your mama is
Hold it, wait a minute. Don't bring anyone mother into this. She ain't here. If it wasn't for your mother, you wouldn't be here.
Let's pause here for a moment to admire a truly magnificent and unexpected segue into a song.
So remember, when you put down one mother, you put down mothers all over the world.
Treat her right, treat your mother right.
Outstanding.
Mother, there is no other like mother, so treat her right.
Treat your mother right, quite deservedly, is a bit of a meme, but you have to admire Mr. T's earnesty, if not his singing voice.
M is for the moan and the miserable groan from the pain that you felt when I was born. O is for the oven with its burning heat, where she stood making sure I had something to eat. The last letter R is that she taught me respect, and for the room up in heaven that I know she'll get.
This Oedipal funk classic plays over a montage of mothers being treated right.
I always love her, my mother. So treat her right, treat her right.
Treat her right, treat your mother right. Treat her right, treat your mother right. Treat her right, treat her right.
That's no way to treat your mother. Mr. T, a mother's being treated wrong. No, false alarm.
She's a queen, second to none. Take care of mother, you only get one.
Which creative mind was behind this loving ode to the world's mothers? A real nice boy, I bet. A proper mummy's little prince. Iced tea? From treat your mother right to cop killer. What happened in those intervening years? Could a policeman have done this to Ice-T's mum? No relation, by the way. Ice-T also penned an entire rap for the section I Am Somebody.
Rapping.
Rapping is like street poetry. It lets you express your feelings inside.
Even if you don't know it, everybody's got a rap.
Rapping's gotta be in rhyme. If it's not, it ain't worth a dime.
Truer words ain't never been spoken.
Do you want to bet on it? You bet.
You bet.
Well, you better get on it.
You bet.
So don't fret. Get set. Are you ready?
You bet.
We all know it's like a jungle, and that's the way it is. Hard times and bad times are being preached to our kids.
He starts off low key, lulling you in to think, Mr. T's rubbish. Even I could take him in a battle rap. And then, pow!
Each morning you wake up, turn on your radio. You rhyme with the rappers on the records that you know. And they talk about war and poverty and the cold hot Southern reality.
Imagine him and Brucey dueling like 8 Mile.
Stop being so depressed, cheer up, don't be sad, cause they ain't dropped the bomb, so it ain't that bad. Don't sleep your life away, go to school every day, cause you need an education to get the top pay.
I am somebody. I am somebody.
Hey, that was my rap. Why don't you try to make one?
Nah, you're right. Predictably for a man so yoked, one of the crucial tenets of being somebody is to treat your body right. Although some of these kids need acting classes before the gym.
Oh, I'm so full, I can't move.
Me too. I feel like I'm gonna explode.
What y'all doing to your bodies?
If this had been released in 2020, Mr. T would have fucked Joe Wicks into a box to become the king of lockdown home workouts.
You don't need no fancy new gym and pay all that money. This is a gym right here.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you getting there all right.
See if you can do what we're doing. Get on your feet. 10 knee bends, 20 jumping jacks, 5 push-ups, running on the spot every day.
I did just one set of popcorn on your head squats, and now I'm dummy thick. Them cheeks be clapping.
All right.
Just that we see the world,
It turns into a Rocky IV training montage, focusing on the ineptness of Big Boy.
I'm gonna have to get you in shape my way. Come on, let's go. Follow me.
With a soundtrack of sex music. Guest star Valerie Landsberg from the famed TV series then does a reflective song about making friends, with a kick-ass bass line.
You wanna make a new friend, but you say you're too shy.
This tape's packed with so much stuff, like a confusing modern retelling of Romeo and Juliet, under the constant clack of Mr. T's chains.
And so therefore, when Jackie's mother heard about that, then she was really sure that Ricky was part of the gang. And Jackie was trying to explain to her mother that Ricky wasn't a gang member. And it was written by this English guy named William Shakespeare.
That English dude, I thought he only wrote old-time stories.
No, little brother, he wrote a lot of good stuff. And you can check him out at the library. And reading can be fun. It can take you places you've never been.
You got that right.
Move around with your fingers in the air, going dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Along the way, he'll teach us about friendship.
Where I come from, a true friend is someone that when you get bit by a snake in the big toe, they'll be there to suck the poison out.
And the power of daydreaming.
Daydreaming.
I know I can do it. Coach T says I can too. Someday, I'm gonna play in the World Series.
Someday, I'm going to have 1 million YouTube subscribers and be completely cured of well-bad knobache. But really, it's all about believing in ourselves and getting off our fart-packed behinds.
If you want to be somebody, then it's gonna take some hard work.
I feel bad mocking someone who's clearly a good guy, and this is all well-meaning, with legitimately good advice tucked amongst the funnily aged bits. And Mr. T does have a great line in snappy wisdom.
Calvin Klein, Bill Blass, or Gloria Vanderbilt wear clothes with your name on it? No, of course not. So you table the label and wear your own name. Daydreaming. If you can see it, you can be it. Anger. Use it, but don't lose it. Well, that's it. I want to thank you for hanging out with Mr. T.
My pleasure, Mr. T, mate.
I'll see you again very soon. I'll be ready whenever you push that rewind button.
An album containing 6 songs from the video was released alongside it, and 1984 turned out to be a musically prolific year for Mr. T, with a second album entitled Mr. T's Commandments. The title track begins along the same lines of self-empowerment.
Mr. T's a star, but to get this far, somebody had to help. It takes all kind to help you find confidence in yourself.
Before swerving into outright threatening the listener into obeying their parents.
Honor thy mother and father. The Bible makes it clear. If you break the rules, God help you. Fool, you got Mr. T to fear.
Track 2's Don't Talk to Strangers is the rare, nonce-alert subgenre of rap, and by far the most chilled-out lounge pedo warning ever recorded.
You're walking home after school, and this man drives up, and he's acting real cool. He'll say, "You want some candy, or do you need a ride?" You just say, "No, thank you, sir. I'm doing just fine. Please be careful."
Don't talk to strangers.
I'm very serious.
You never know who you might be talking.
Listen to Mr. T when he tells you not to talk. Please don't talk to him. Please don't talk to him.
We jump from child safety to outright bragging about how hard he is, with the toughest man in the world. This is the theme for a made-for-TV movie of the same name which came out that year, with T starring as Brubacher, a tough nut bouncer who starts running a youth centre. And this is as 80s movie soundtrack as it gets.
streets of South Chicago. It's a struggle to survive. Oh, the toughest man in the world is the one who knows the right way to go. The toughest man in the world.
Next is a song he doesn't feature on, Mr. T, Mr. T, He Was Made for Love, where girls go on about him being great. Although the writer of Rockin' Robin might want a word. With track 5's The One and Only Mr. T, it's back to gangster rap, all about hardness.
Don't you mess with me. I'm the only Mr. T.
The real highlight is track 6, which is everything you'd hope for from a Message album during the 80s. Mr. T was a part of Nancy Reagan's Just Say No campaign, and no dope, no drugs is the requisite clunky PSA on the dangers of getting high. Musically, it's a trashy, grimy 80s exploitation vibe, the soundtrack to an unmade movie where Mr. T plows through colourful gangs of street thugs who've been peddling blue-coloured narcotics to children.
How pity the fool spends his time messing around with dope. It's okay if they call you square. You got promise and you got hope. Everybody say, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Mr. T don't snort, Mr. T don't drag. I'm happy just being me. That's right. Now play it smart, stay in school, and leave the dope to the freaks.
The final track, You've Got to Get Through It, is a rise and grind anthem, and probably what The Rock listens to before he's up at 3 AM doing sit-ups and filming himself giving an old friend an expensive car so he can post it on social media.
Till you knock down some doors, and you won't spend all your life on your knees scrubbing floors. I'm Mr. T. Everybody stand up. Wow! Cause you gotta go through it. If you wanna get to it, are you willing to try? Yeah!
So there it is. The choice is yours. Do you want to be a fool, or would you rather be somebody? I know what I choose. Now give me my fucking jester's hat.
Hey, that was great. I like that, don't you?